the second Saturday of June 2026. A few stray thoughts, and a few general remarks, and a few points of view, by way of a roundup of the week. All my own musings. Like, BMC declared its monsoon preparedness. But where are the rains? Uninvited guest El Nano has arrived. Problem.
What if I told you that Pacific Ocean का टेम्परेचर इंक्रीज होने से इंडिया का मॉनसून भी इफेक्ट हो सकता है? Sounds surprising, right? This phenomena is called El Nino. El Nino तब होता है जब पैसिफिक ओशन के सेंट्रल और ईस्टर्न पार्ट नॉर्मल से ज्यादा वार्म हो जाते हैं। ये एक्स्ट्रा हीट ग्लोबल विंड पैटर्न्स को चेंज कर देती है, जिसकी वजह से रेन, क्लाउड्स और स्टॉर्म की डायरेक्शन भी बदल जाती है और 2026 में एक स्ट्रॉन्ग एल नीनो डेवलप हो रहा है। वर्ल्ड मीटेरियोलॉजिकल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अकॉर्डिंग पैसिफिक ओशियन टेम्परेचर अराउंड 1.8 डिग्री सेल्सियस अबव नॉर्मल जा सकता है, जो एक स्ट्रॉन्ग एल नीनो सिग्नल है। इंडिया के लिए इसका मतलब हो सकता है बिलो नॉर्मल मॉनसून। दिल्ली, मुंबई, बैंगलोर, हैदराबाद जैसी सिटीज में एवरेज से कम रेनफॉल देखने को मिल सकती है। लेकिन इंटरेस्टिंग बात यह है कि एल नीनो रेन को खत्म नहीं करता, वो उसे शिफ्ट करता है। जहां इंडिया और ऑस्ट्रेलिया के कई पार्ट्स ड्राई हो सकते हैं, वहीं साउदर्न अफ्रीका की सिटीज जैसे जोहान्सबर्ग और हरारे में नॉर्मल से ज्यादा रेनफॉल हो सकती है। इक्वेडर के कोस्ट पर भी हैवी रेनफॉल के चांसेस हैं। एक वार्म ओशन पैच थाउजेंड ऑफ किलोमीटर अवे से इन्फ्लुएंस कर सकता है वेदर अक्रॉस कॉन्टिनेंट। दैट्स द पावर ऑफ एल नीनो, वन क्लाइमेट फिनोमेना बट अ ग्लोबल इम्पैक्ट।
Like, Namo surpassed Nehru's 12 plus years as elected PM. Nehru was PM for 17 years from 1947 to 1964, though not elected PM before 1952. PM Modi sets historic tenure milestone. 4,399 days and counting. Modi overtakes Nehru. The BJP-led NDA is set to hold grand celebrations marking PM Modi's 4,399 consecutive days in office and 12 years of the NDA government. Chief ministers from all 22 NDA-led states and union territories are expected to attend the event, which will also be attended by the Prime Minister. Narendra Modi first took oath as Prime Minister on 26 May 2014, and completed 2 years of his third term on 9 June. BJP President Nitin Nabin said India has remained the world's fastest growing major economy under the PM's leadership. Sri Lankan President Anurakkumara Dissanayake said the milestone reflected the trust and confidence reposed in PM Modi by the people of India. Papua New Guinea Prime Minister James Marape and Trinidad and Tobago's Kamala Persaud-Bicester hailed PM Modi as a role model.
प्रधानमंत्री मोदी कल यानी कि 10 जून 2026 को लगातार 4,399 दिन पूरे करके पंडित नेहरू के 4,398 दिनों के लगातार निर्वाचित प्रधानमंत्री रहने के 64 साल पुराने रिकॉर्ड को तोड़ देंगे। इस मौके पर एनडीए के मुख्यमंत्रियों की बैठक भी बुलाई गई। इसमें प्रधानमंत्री मोदी का सम्मान किया जाएगा और साथ ही मोदी के कार्यकाल को लेकर एक प्रस्ताव भी पारित किया जाएगा।
PM Modi leads full house Niti Aayog meet. For the first time, chief ministers of all 28 states attended the Niti Aayog meeting chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The Prime Minister outlined a comprehensive growth roadmap for Viksit Bharat 2047 and set strict 100-day execution targets for states. All 28 CMAs join at the Niti Aayog Governing Council meeting for first time. Chief ministers from all 28 states, including 7 from opposition-ruled states, joined the Niti Aayog Governing Council meeting for the first time since its inception in 2015. Lieutenants, governors and administrators of union territories also attended the meet. The meeting of the council was chaired by PM Narendra Modi under the theme, Inclusive Human Development for Viksit Bharat at 2047.
However, Puducherry Chief Minister Rangasmai skipped the Niti Aayog meet.
The I.N.D.I. bloc held a key meeting in New Delhi on 8 June, with 23 parties in attendance. Leaders including Mamta Banerjee, Rahul Gandhi and Akhilesh Yadav participated, though DMK and AAP skipped the meet amid internal tensions.
INDIA block meet. INDIA blocks big decisions after Delhi meeting. Mounting political and electoral concerns brought India bloc leaders together. The opposition alliance held a crucial meeting in Delhi today. The bloc adopted a 5-point agenda after discussions. Leaders decided to write to the Chief Justice. The bloc questioned the special intensive revision process. The alliance demanded Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan's resignation. NEET and CBSE-related controversies were cited by leaders. Opposition parties agreed to raise public issues jointly. The bloc decided to hold meetings more frequently. Hyderabad will host the alliance's next meeting in August. At India Meet, allies put Congress on notice, Mamta turns team player. India bloc allies urged Congress to be more large-hearted and accommodating to regional parties.
CPM criticized Congress leaders for alleging a tacit LDF-BJP understanding during the Kerala Assembly campaign. Akhilesh Yadav, Omar Abdullah, and other allies stressed that Congress remained the glue holding the coalition together. Mamta Banerjee struck a conciliatory note, urging India bloc partners not to criticize one another.
The DMK's decision to boycott triggered concern among several leaders, who discussed its growing rift with Congress. Rahul Gandhi assured that Congress would use all the love and affection to keep the India bloc united.
आप सभी ने जैसे देखा, हजारों की संख्या में लोग जुड़े आज जंतर मंतर में और पीसफुली प्रोटेस्ट करे। बहुत तहे दिल से शुक्रिया सारे कॉकरोचेस को। एंड ये सारे कॉकरोचेस सिर्फ दिल्ली के नहीं थे। मैं पर्सनली तमिलनाडु से, केरला से, लोग महाराष्ट्र से आए, नॉर्थ ईस्ट से आए, बिहार, छत्तीसगढ़। मुझे नहीं लगता कोई ऐसा स्टेट बच गया जहां से लोग नहीं आए। तो इतने शांतिपूर्वक, पीस लविंग पीपल, गांधी लविंग पीपल हैड कम टू रजिस्टर देयर प्रोटेस्ट। उनका प्रोटेस्ट यही था कि धर्मेंद्र प्रधान जी रिजाइन करें।
Why is the BJP silent on CJP and Pradhan? The BJP has alleged that Deepke is funded by the Hungary-born US billionaire investor George Soros who, the saffron ranks maintain, has a stake in destabilizing the current Narendra Modi-led dispensation. The CJP has however dismissed these allegations and framed the movement as a spontaneous reaction to CJI Surya Kant's cockroaches reference in relation to the country's jobless people, a remark the CJI, who has said his remarks were taken out of context by the media. Education Minister isn't running away, he's taken steps to fix the problem, said Kiran Rijiju. If a fraud is committed by the minister or the minister's staff, then the minister is responsible. In an autonomous body, if some trouble happens in that autonomous body, then the body is answerable for that, the union minister said. NTA has officially announced that the NEET UG 2026 exam will be held on 21st June 2026, Sunday. NEET Re-Exam Admit Card 2026. NTA receives more than 3.2 lakh requests for center change. Re-exam for NEET. The mental reset. Avoid doom scrolling, steer clear of unverified rumors, panic-inducing social media posts, and sensationalized news regarding further delays or alleged issues. Maintain momentum. Treat this as a miraculous second chance to fix mistakes from the earlier exam. Keep your physical and psychological surroundings consistent. Let Lady Luck be with you. Avoid cockroaches, even in your dreams. symbolism of roaches in dreams. An unwillingness to take responsibility for your actions. Lack of control over your life. A toxic person in your life. A feeling of being trapped.
West Bengal.
Like there is vertical split in TMC. Us or Abhishek is the chorus. Didi in minority.
And India today has accessed a letter signed by 19 rebel TMC MPs which has been submitted to Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla. Well, this list contains the names of Kakoli Ghosh, who is leading the rebellion against Mamata in Lok Sabha, along with Satabdi Roy, Bapi Haldar, Sharmila Sarkar, Prasun Banerjee, Shaini Ghosh, Khalilur Rahman, Abu Tahir Khan and Yusuf Pathan. Well, it needs to be noted that the letter has got 19 signatures, not 20 as claimed earlier by Kakoli. And also remember, she had said the group would support the NDA as per the mandate. She added that the Election Commission would decide on who the real TMC is. Remember, both sides have written to Speaker Om Birla about the control of TMC in Lok Sabha. While rebels demanded that Kakoli be made the chief whip, Mamata camp appointed Kalyan Banerjee as the chief whip. India today has learned that rebel MPs wrote to the Lok Sabha Speaker on the 18th of May, demanding that Kakoli be made the TMC's chief whip here. The group urged the Speaker to recognize it as a separate group. The Mamata camp, on the other hand, wrote to Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla 2 days later on the 20th of May and appointed Kalyan Banerjee as chief whip. Amid this crisis, TMC has vacated its office in the national capital.
Yusuf, Sayoni, and more. Didi's fiercest loyalists feature on TMC's rebel MP list.
Numbers stack up against TMC. Rebel MPs reportedly secured support from 19 parliamentarians, the two-thirds mark needed to stake claim for a separate faction. Yusuf Pathan, Sayoni Ghosh and Mala Roy were among MPs said to have backed the rebel camp. A letter carrying signatures of rebel MPs was reportedly submitted to the Speaker's office. Party faces fresh turmoil. Kakoli Ghosh Dastidar claimed many TMC MPs were ready to part ways with Mamata Banerjee and support the NDA. The parliamentary revolt came weeks after MC's election setback and a split among its MLAs in Bengal. Mahua Moitra called the rebels traitors and said a separate faction was legally impossible without a merger.
तेरा कोई साथ ना दे तो तू खुद से प्रीत जोड़ ले बिछौना धरती को करके अरे आकाश ओढ़ ले यह पूरा खेल अभी जीवन का तूने कहाँ है खेला अकेला 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 तेरा मेला पीछे छूटा राही चल अकेला चल अकेला चल अकेला चल अकेला तेरा मेला पीछे छूटा राही चल अकेला
Didi's loss, NDA's gain? How TMC's revolt could rewrite Delhi's math. TMC's biggest rupture since 1998. TMC is grappling with its most serious internal crisis since Mamata Banerjee founded the party in 1998. Rebel leader Kakoli Ghosh Dastidar claims at least 20 of TMC's 28 Lok Sabha MPs are backing the breakaway camp. The rebellion has deepened the post-poll turmoil within the party, with loyalists branding the dissidents as traitors and accusing the BJP of engineering a split.
And NDA is watching closely. The rebel camp's backing for NDA could strengthen the ruling alliance's Lok Sabha numbers. A stronger NDA may find it easier to push key reforms such as one nation, one election and delimitation. What began as a Bengal revolt could reshape Parliament's arithmetic and weaken a major BJP rival.
যদি তোর ডাক শুনি কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে, যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে, তবে একলা চলো, একলা চলো, একলা চলো, একলা চলো রে, তবে একলা চলো, একলা চলো, একলা চলো, একলা চলো রে, যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে।
Helmet maker studs shares surges 18% as stricter traffic rules enforced in West Bengal. Helmet sales in West Bengal have surged significantly. This follows a crackdown on helmet rule violations by two-wheeler riders. Manufacturers and retailers report substantial growth in sales, especially in smaller towns and rural areas. Police data shows a sharp increase in prosecutions for riding without helmets. This trend indicates a renewed focus on road safety across the state. For years, many motorists in the state complained of selective enforcement, alleging that while some riders escaped scrutiny, others routinely faced prosecution.
FIR registered against Mamata Banerjee over provocative speech.
FIR has now been filed against Mamata Banerjee over alleged communal remarks during a political dharna ahead of the assembly elections. Now, what is being said that the resident from Kolkata has filed this written complaint with the police requesting to register FIR, alleging that the rally speech could promote communal disharmony and public unrest.
तीव्र गति से राजनीति, ये राजनीति है, यहाँ सब चलता है. Like, AAP accused Congress of colluding with BJP. Absurd.
पिछले कुछ दिनों से ये राहुल गांधी, प्रियंका गांधी, अमित शाह और मोदी जी चारों मिलकर कह रहे हैं केजरीवाल आतंकवादी है. 70 साल से देश में कांग्रेस और बीजेपी का ही राज रहा है. इन 70 साल राज करने के बाद भी इनके पास एक काम नहीं है गिनाने को, एक काम. अगर इनके पास काम होता गिनाने को तो ये केजरीवाल को आतंकवादी नहीं बोलते. ये क्या कहते कि हमने ये काम करा है, हम आगे ये काम करेंगे, हमें वोट दो. 5 साल में 7 साल में मोदी जी ने एक काम नहीं करा केंद्र सरकार में, योगी जी ने एक काम नहीं करा उत्तर प्रदेश में, कांग्रेस वालों ने एक काम नहीं करा 70 साल में. अब इनको वोट मांगने के लिए क्या कहना पड़ रहा है? केजरीवाल आतंकवादी.
कांग्रेस पार्टी सीधी टक्कर में भाजपा के सामने कमजोर पड़ जाती है और भाजपा को नहीं हरा पाती.
इन दोनों पार्टियों ने 21 साल में क्या किया? इन्होंने केवल और केवल अपने घर भरने के सिवा कुछ नहीं किया. दोनों पार्टियों ने रल मिल के अभी तक सरकारें चलाई हैं. ये पार्टी कहती है इनके पास उनका स्टिंग है, वो पार्टी कहती है इनके पास उनका स्टिंग है. अरे तुम दोनों के पास एक दूसरे के स्टिंग है तो दोनों एक्शन क्यों नहीं लेते, जेल क्यों नहीं भेजते फिर दूसरे को? बीजेपी वालों ने एक भी कांग्रेसी के खिलाफ एक्शन लिया? नहीं लिया. क्यों? उनको पता अगली बार जब कांग्रेस वाले आएंगे तो वो हमें बचाएंगे, हम इनको बचाएंगे. एक दूसरे को बचाने के सिवा इन्होंने कुछ नहीं किया.
CPM wants Rahul Gandhi's anti-left accusations in Kerala to be withdrawn. UBT wants opposition PM face to be declared. Difficult time for INDIA bloc.
What does LDF stand for? Left Democratic Front. Now, frankly, there is nothing left about the left front. And after the election, there will be nothing left of the left front. There is a hidden hand today that is running the LDF government. The hidden hand is communal. It does not accept the Constitution of India. It divides the people of India. It attacks the people of India, humiliates the people of India. And everybody in Kerala can see that there is a relationship now between the BJP, RSS and the left front, CPM. Wholesale attack is taking place on minorities in the country. 2 nuns from here are attacked in Chhattisgarh. Manipur churches are being burnt. And the Chief Minister has a partnership with the people who are doing this. The very people who are attacking minorities across the country, Muslim, Christian, Sikhs, those people are in partnership with the Chief Minister.
Akhand Congress. Eyes on Mamata Banerjee, Sharad Pawar, leaders push for Akhand Congress. Like senior Congress leader, Rashid Alvi appealed to parties like NCP, TMC to merge in Congress. You can't fight BJP, he said. Alvi may be right.
Congress leader Rashid Alvi has now called for smaller parties to merge with the Congress. Senior Congress leader Rashid Alvi has stated that the Congress party, being a party with more than 100 member of parliaments, is the only strong option to counter the BJP. In fact, he's urged all the smaller parties to merge with the Congress if they genuinely want to save the country. Rashid Alvi has also gone ahead to say that smaller parties cannot survive on their own, as the BJP would eventually destroy them. He's also advised them to join and merge with the Congress for their own survival and strengthen the fight against the BJP. This reaction coming in from senior Congress leader Rashid Alvi.
कांग्रेस 100 एमपी से ज्यादा की पार्टी है और मेरी ये भी राय है कि आज छोटी पार्टी जितनी भी उनमें से ज्यादातर पार्टीज को कांग्रेस के साथ मर्ज कर देना चाहिए। आज देश का यही तकाजा है। छोटी छोटी पार्टीज देश के अंदर सर्वाइव नहीं कर सकती, बीजेपी नहीं करने देगी। आप देख रहे हैं बंगाल के अंदर ममता की पार्टी को खत्म किया जा रहा है, महाराष्ट्र के अंदर शिवसेना खत्म कर दी, शरद पवार की पार्टी खत्म कर दी। उनके पास एजेंसीज भी है, उनके पास काला धन भी है। इसलिए इन पार्टीज को अगर बचना है तो कांग्रेस के साथ आना पड़ेगा और भारतीय जनता पार्टी का मुकाबला करना पड़ेगा।
Uddhav Sena is headed for a second split. The first split was in 2022 when Uddhav Thackeray lost his entire party, when Eknath Shinde staked claim to the Shiv Sena and successfully did that. He took control of the party. Uddhav Sena has 7 parliamentarians in the Lok Sabha, 9 MPs in the Lok Sabha, of which we are hearing that 7 of them have met Eknath Shinde in the national capital. The 2/3 majority needed for the Shiv Sena MPs to claim a separate unit and a separate grouping is 6. 2/3 majority would mean 6, and we are hearing that 7 MPs have met Shinde in the national capital.
How Congress can help Sharad Pawar and Mamata Banerjee regain their legacy? What is the real purpose of a political party? Is it to preserve its identity, or is it to preserve the ideology and values it was created to serve? This question is becoming increasingly relevant in Indian politics, particularly for 2 influential regional formations, the TMC and the NCP, led by Sharad Pawar. For decades, both parties occupied a unique political space. They positioned themselves as alternatives to the Congress, yet at the same time, they remained deeply connected to the Congress ecosystem. Their leadership emerged from Congress traditions. Their voter base largely came from the same social and political constituencies. Their ideological outlook remained broadly secular, centrist and constitutional, very similar to the space that the Congress historically represented. But Indian politics in 2026 is very different from the politics of 1999 or even 2011. The BJP is no longer just another national party competing for power. It has emerged as the dominant political force across large parts of the country. And that has fundamentally changed the challenges facing regional parties. Many parties that once grew by replacing the Congress are now discovering that they themselves are under pressure from a much larger, far better resourced and highly organized opponent. The challenge is no longer simply about winning elections. The challenge is about long-term survival. This is why a question that once seemed politically impossible deserves serious consideration today. Should the TMC and the NCP eventually merge with the Congress? At first glance, such a suggestion may sound unrealistic. After all, both Mamata Banerjee and Sharad Pawar built their political careers by breaking away from the Congress. Their parties were born from disagreement, ambition, and the desire to create independent political identities. But politics is not about preserving old battles forever. Politics is about responding to changing realities. And the reality today is that all 3 formations broadly occupy the same ideological space. More importantly, all 3 face a common political challenge. A merger would not be an admission of defeat. It would be an acknowledgement that political circumstances have changed.
Like Telangana Chief Minister Reddy was chided for Hitler inspiration statement. Unwise.
हिटलर, इतिहास का वो नाम जिसे दुनिया तानाशाही, नफरत और लाखों लोगों की मौत के लिए याद करती है। लेकिन सोचिए अगर किसी सरकारी एजेंसी के नाम पर कोई नेता ये कह दे कि इसकी प्रेरणा हिटलर से मिली थी तो बवाल होना तय है। तेलंगाना में भी कुछ ऐसा ही हुआ। मुख्यमंत्री रेवंत रेड्डी ने एक ऐसा बयान दे दिया जिसने सियासत में नई बहस छेड़ दी है। रेवंत रेड्डी ने कहा कि मैंने हिटलर से इंस्पिरेशन लिया है। हाइड्रा नाम इसीलिए रखा है क्योंकि हिटलर के भी कोर टीम का नाम यही था जो कभी भी किसी की भी हत्या कर सकते थे। रेवंत रेड्डी ने ये क्यों और कब कहा, ये जानने से पहले समझ लेते हैं कि ये हाइड्रा आखिर है क्या। ये हैदराबाद में झीलों, नालों और सरकारी जमीनों पर हुए अवैध कब्जों के खिलाफ कार्रवाई करने वाली एक एजेंसी है, हैदराबाद डिजास्टर रिस्पांस एंड एसेट प्रोटेक्शन एजेंसी। बस इस सरकारी एजेंसी का नाम और कॉन्सेप्ट समझाने के लिए रेवंत रेड्डी ने हिटलर का उदाहरण दे दिया, इतिहास के सबसे खतरनाक तानाशाह का। यह भी कहा कि यह शब्द यानी हाइड्रा हिटलर का सबसे पसंदीदा शब्द था। बस फिर क्या, बीजेपी और बीआरएस यानी भारत राष्ट्र समिति भड़क गई और नया राजनीतिक विवाद शुरू हो गया है। कई बीजेपी नेताओं ने सोशल मीडिया पर रिएक्ट भी किया, मुख्यमंत्री के बयान पर कड़ी आपत्ति जताई। पार्टी नेताओं ने कहा कि किसी सरकारी संस्था को समझाने के लिए हिटलर का उदाहरण देना गलत है। बीजेपी ने आरोप लगाया कि कांग्रेस के नेता बार बार हिटलर जैसे संदर्भों का इस्तेमाल करते हैं और मुख्यमंत्री को अपने बयान पर माफी मांगनी चाहिए। बीजेपी प्रवक्ता शहजाद पूनावाला ने एक्स पर एक पोस्ट कर लिखा कि कांग्रेस की खतरनाक हिटलर और इमरजेंसी वाली सोच एक बार फिर खुलकर सामने आ गई है। रेवंत रेड्डी खुलकर गर्व से बोल रहे हैं कि हिटलर ने उन्हें हाइड्रा बनाने के लिए प्रेरित किया है। ये कांग्रेस का तानाशाही माइंडसेट है। इमरजेंसी से लेकर रेवंत से पत्रकारों और छात्रों पर की गई कार्रवाई तक यही इस मानसिकता का उदाहरण है।
Like Andhra Pradesh Deputy Chief Minister Pawan Kalyan declared that his party will contest Telangana elections. The more the merrier.
So you said Telangana is not Ayya's Jagir.
Strangely, a national party like Congress, they have initiated this regional bias. And their leaders continuously, certain fringe element, they keep on saying you can't step into Hyderabad. You forget about me contesting. In my own country, in my motherland, no one has a right to tell me whether I should come there or not. I think for me, my anger was I want to establish my fundamental right. This is my motherland. I will exercise my right. No one has the right to tell me whether to come, whether you could come here or not. I am not asking anyone's permission, and that's the reason I said this is not your Jagir. This is my motherland, and to the people, I mean, with quotes I'm saying it is only conveyed to the people who said I won't let you in. They won't let me in. To them I address them.
29లో ఖచ్చితంగా జనసేన ఎన్నికల్లో పోటీ చేస్తుంది. కాకపోతే మీరు అడిగే ప్రశ్న
Like superstar Rajini's son-in-law Vishgan is set to join Annamalai's party. Really? Like it is absurd for Minister Dharmendra Pradhan to take help of armed forces for NEET exam. Agree?
देखिए, नीट की परीक्षा दोबारा 21 जून को होगा। मैं आप सभी के माध्यम से नीट की सारे विद्यार्थियों को अपील करता हूं, आप भरोसा करके पढ़ाई में मन लगाइए। 21 को बहुत व्यवस्थित तरीके से नीट की परीक्षा की जाएगी। आपके माध्यम से मैं सभी को अपील करता हूं, सभी समाज की सहयोग चाहिए।
एक्स्ट्रा टाइम देने की बात है।
हाँ, तय क्या है, एनटीए ने उनको और 15 मिनट एक्स्ट्रा टाइम देने के लिए तय किया है।
Like there are fissures in Mahayuti government in Maharashtra. Shiv Sena's Abdul Sattar has demanded that Shinde be made chief minister and Sunetra Pawar, deputy chief minister, wants finance.
मिनिस्टर अब्दुल सत्तार के खिलाफ केस फाईल, एमएलए पोस्ट खतरे में.
आणि मुख्यमंत्र्यांसाठी तर काय हृदयापासून
आत्मा आणि परमात्माला साक्षी ठेवून ते आमचे लाडके मुख्यमंत्री आदरणीय एकनाथरावजी शिंदे साहेब.
Like I am not surprised by US attack on our ship near Qatar killing 3. I feel disgusted that neither BJP nor Congress is taking out a morcha to US consulate protesting bombing, demanding justice. Spineless nincompoops. Indian sailors killed in Gulf waters. India draws red line. Jaishankar raises killing of 3 Indian sailors with Rubio. India summoned a senior US diplomat for a second time after American strikes hit vessels with Indian crew members in Gulf waters. US forces attacked multiple tankers, including Metricton Setbello and Metricton Marivex, saying they were linked to Iranian oil trade and had ignored instructions. Questions grew over the operations, after reports said one of the targeted ships was well outside the Strait of Hormuz when it was struck. Donald Trump accused Iran of carrying out a drone attack on Indian ships leaving the Strait of Hormuz and called the incident totally unacceptable. He made the remarks on social media as India expressed anger over recent attacks involving Indian crude vessels in the region. Trump did not address the deaths of 3 Indian sailors killed in a separate strike on a tanker. The Lawrence Bishnoi gang has claimed responsibility for 2 shooting incidents targeting Indian nationals in Portugal. A social media post by an operative linked to the Sunil Meena gang admitted to firing at residences of Gurpreet Singh Gill and Gurdeep Singh in separate attacks.
Hey everyone, get ready for a shocking update that's making headlines across India. The notorious Lawrence Bishnoi gang has just claimed responsibility for 2 horrifying shootings in Portugal targeting none other than Indian nationals. Can you believe this? A social media post, reportedly from a member of the Sunil Meena gang, has openly detailed these brutal attacks in Villa Nova de Milfons and Sintra. But here's the most chilling part. They've issued lethal threats, literally warning of further escalation, saying next shot, in your chest. This isn't just a local incident, it's a direct threat to Indians abroad, and it's sending shockwaves. The audacity of this gang to operate internationally and openly claim such violence is absolutely terrifying. We need to stay informed and demand action.
This immigration hearing is for somebody who is an alleged foot soldier of that group. We've never heard this kind of detail about what police have observed. I mean, he said everybody they've dealt with regards to this is either a student or a temporary foreign worker. There are tons of people across the country who are carrying out the low-level work of this gang for a very small financial gain. And this letter was purportedly written from the Lawrence Bishnoi gang. That's the gang headed by somebody in India who's taken a lot of responsibility for this, written to Abbotsford Police claiming to have 1,000 people ready to do these shootings and basically in favor of extortion. The words he used to describe the letter was, it said, everybody must pay their tax. That is what is allegedly going on, and this is, according to him, a giant group of people who are engaged in this, carrying out extortion, arson, vehicle and auto theft. What's making it difficult, according to this police investigator, for them to investigate is firearms are moving back and forth. People are moving back and forth between provinces. Firearm connected to a shooting in Surrey then turns up in connection with a shooting incident in Edmonton, connected to a person who is seen on video throwing Molotov cocktails at an incident in Ontario. The immigration and police are sort of cracking down on these people and making moves to deport them. But at this moment, this has been a real problem, and it sort of gives you an insight into what police are up against.
Chief Justice of India Justice Surya Kant delivered a public lecture on Artificial Intelligence and International Law at Birkbeck University of London on 4 June 2026. During the Q&A, an audience member questioned growing hostility toward dissent in India and its reflection in the CGI's recent report, asking if it undermines the country's democratic track record. The moderator intervened, deeming it off topic and ending the discussion amid audience protests. Videos of the incident have gone viral, sparking debate on judicial accountability. Indecorous behavior in a respectful engagement.
The biggest country on earth. Give us some respect, please. Keep your word. No, please. Just my friend. Please, let's just call an end to this, can we? Thank you.
Birkbeck in the School of Social Sciences. His Lordship made some very important points, I think, about the Indian track record of protecting democracy in the context of AI. We now hear from a number of legal observers within the country as well as internationally that there's a great deal of concern about growing hostility to dissent within India. And it does seem that this hostility is somewhat reflected in His Lordship's recent, very well publicized.
With all due respect, I'm so sorry, I would not be able to take up that question since the topic is concerning artificial intelligence and international law.
Yes,
so sorry.
I think when the respected speaker has...
I'm extremely sorry. I'm extremely sorry.
And journalists and...
We'll have to cut it off.
Information.
Should organizers now allow only official video recordings and not permit recordings other than the official recordings?
Corruption of mind and purse. Time has come to make top bureaucrats criminally liable. Allahabad High Court tells Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister. In a significant order, the Allahabad High Court has urged the UP Chief Minister to recognize that the time has come to hold senior bureaucrats and top administrative heads accountable, and even criminally liable, for the lapses of their departments or subordinates. A bench of Justice Vinod Devokar said that the state must adopt a doctrine of superior responsibility, under which the senior officers in an administrative hierarchy are held accountable. Ahead of the NEETUG 2026 re-exam on June 21st, people in charge of setting the paper, moderators and translators, have been moved to a secret facility under strict lockdown. The individuals will no phones, internet or outside contact. The unprecedented security follows allegations of paper leaks that forced cancellation of the May exam, affecting more than 22 lakh students.
It's equally disgusting that even after 1 year of Air India 171 crash in which 260 lives were lost, there is no crash report. Government and Tata's buckling under US pressure?
Roger Christian and his wife Rachna were among the 260 people killed when a Boeing 787 Dreamliner operated by Air India crashed shortly after takeoff nearly 1 year ago.
अब सर एक दिन भी ऐसा नहीं कि हम रोए.
Not a single day has passed without us crying or remembering our kids. How will we spend our life now? We just keep thinking about that.
कैसे जाएगा हमारा?
As the first anniversary of the disaster aboard the jet bound from Ahmedabad to London nears on Friday, Roger's father, David, and mother, Sarla, still don't have answers.
वो डेटा नहीं देंगे गवर्नमेंट वहाँ तक को किसी को भी पता.
No one will know what happened unless the data is shared by the government. We hope the government and the administration will deliver justice for us and all the families.
सब परिवार को सर.
According to a source with knowledge of the matter, officials with India's Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau, or AAIB, are expected to delay issuing a final report into the Air India crash. Reuters reported last month that Indian officials were preparing an interim report rather than a final one because the investigation was deemed complex and time-consuming. The Federation of Indian Pilots Union opposes the release of an interim report. The union has previously pushed for investigators to seek more technical data on the plane from Boeing and Air India to allow for a, quote, rebuttal of the pilot suicide theory being explored by the AAIB. According to U.S. officials' early assessment reported by Reuters last year, a cockpit recording of dialogue between the two pilots supported the view that the captain cut the flow of fuel to the jet's engines. The Boeing Dreamliner engines, made by GE Aerospace, have been at the center of the probe into the June 12, 2025 crash in the world's deadliest air disaster in a decade.
India's birth rate has fallen below replacement level, says Elon Musk. India's birth rate has fallen below replacement. Among those most educated, India's birth rate fell below replacement many years ago, the billionaire said in a post on X.
Elon Musk has drawn attention to India's declining fertility rate after recent data showed that the country's total fertility rate, TFR, has fallen below the replacement level. Responding to data shared by AF Post on X, the Tesla and SpaceX CEO stated that India's birth rate has fallen below replacement level and added that among the most educated groups, the decline occurred many years ago. Musk was reacting to a report highlighting India's rapidly falling fertility levels. According to the 2024 Sample Registration Survey (SRS) report, India's total fertility rate has declined from 2.1 to 1.9 children per woman, pushing most states below the replacement fertility level of 2.1. The replacement level refers to the average number of children each woman needs to have for a population to replace itself from one generation to the next without migration. The SRS report found that only 6 states, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh and Jharkhand, continue to record fertility rates above the replacement level. At the other end of the spectrum, Delhi reported the country's lowest TFR at 1.2 births per woman. Demographers consider a TFR of 2.1 as the benchmark required to maintain a stable population size over time. When fertility remains below this level for prolonged periods, population growth slows and can eventually turn negative. Experts warn that this can lead to challenges such as an aging population, a shrinking workforce, and increased pressure on social welfare systems. The trend has also been highlighted in the United Nations Population Fund's 2025 State of World Population Report, which placed India's fertility rate at 1.9 births per woman below the replacement level of 2.1. While India remains the world's most populous nation with more than 1.46 billion people, overtaking China in 2023, the latest data suggests the country is entering a new phase of demographic transition marked by smaller family sizes and slower population growth.
With an incredible 181 members, this is one of the biggest families in the world, all living under one roof. Here in the foothills of Baktwan village, in the northern province of Mizoram, India, 67-year-old Zayona lives with his 39 wives, 94 children, 14 daughter-in-laws and more than 40 grandchildren. As the revered head of the family, Zayona and his enormous clan live in a 4-storey, 100-room hilltop mansion called the House of the New Generation. Every morning, all of the members of the 4-generation family work in harmony to maintain the upkeep of the house. Cooking for 181 people is no easy job. The family consume 50 kilograms of rice and up to 70 kilograms of meat every day. And with 5 of Zayona's daughters set to give birth, who knows how big this family will become.
And Google wants to control mosquito population.
Why Google wants to release 32 million mosquitoes in the US? The mosquitoes being released carry a naturally occurring bacterium called Wolbachia. When Wolbachia-infected males mate with females that do not carry the same bacterial strain, the eggs do not develop.
Why does Google want to release millions of mosquitoes in California and Florida? Because the tech giant wants to get rid of what the CDC calls the deadliest animal in the world.
The deadliest animal in the world kills more people each year than every other animal combined, makes hundreds of millions of people sick, and is half the length of a staple. It's the mosquito.
The idea? Reduce the population of mosquitoes by releasing more mosquitoes. Google has asked the US government to be allowed to release around 32 million of the insects over 2 years. Its debug project's plan to spread lab-grown male mosquitoes that are sterile, can't bite and can't spread disease. When they mate with wild females, their eggs won't hatch, which should reduce the population in future generations. The hope is this will reduce the number of disease-carrying Aedes aegypti mosquitoes that can spread Zika, dengue and yellow fever. A similar technique was used by conservationists in Hawaii in 2025.
Google wants to fight mosquitoes with more mosquitoes. The company's debug program is seeking federal approval to release up to 32 million non-biting male mosquitoes here in Florida and California. These insects carry a naturally occurring bacterium that prevents them from producing offspring with wild female mosquitoes. Because only males are released, they don't bite or spread the disease, and that means the population of disease-carrying mosquitoes could shrink over time. The proposal comes as health officials in California recently reported a mosquito sample testing positive for the West Nile virus.
E85 fuel launched in Delhi at Rs 82.12 per litre. India's flex fuel era begins.
We're at one of Indian Oil Corporation's pumps in New Delhi, and Oil Minister Hardeep Singh Puri unveiled ethanol 85 blended at this particular petrol pump in New Delhi's Pusa Road. You can see the ethanol 85 blended is been installed right here. Now the pricing, if you see, he had said that it will be substantially cheaper as compared to the 20% ethanol blended, which is currently considered to be the pure petrol. It is at 102 per litre, and ethanol 85 blended ethanol is about 82.12 per litre at this point.
There is no mandate from us. This is part of an exercise, cooperative discussion with them. They also see some advantages in this. That's why we are not setting any targets. Last time when we had the dispensing station, then the automobile manufacturers were not ready. Today we are in the happy situation. Both the two-wheeler manufacturers and the automobile manufacturers are both rolling out models. And our fuel availability is in consonance with that, and it's dovetailed with that. So as we go from 50 to 100 to 500 by the end of the year, more and more E85 fuel will be there. And then we will review it periodically.
A study led by Harvard professor David Keith suggests that carbon capture technology could be used to create renewable fuels from CO2. Carbon engineering has developed a direct air capture plant that captures CO2 from the air and converts it into synthetic fuels. The process is cost-effective, with estimates ranging from $94 to $242 per ton of usable CO2. The captured CO2 can also be stored underground, reducing emissions. However, to make a significant impact, more plants will be needed. This technology offers a viable solution for producing carbon-neutral fuels and removing carbon in the long run.
You are watching Sanglikar's Weekly.
A 19-year-old ethical hacker was invited to help secure one of India's largest educational systems. And what he discovered raised important questions about cybersecurity in the digital age. The organization involved was CBSE. The platform serves millions of students across the country. And as education becomes increasingly digital, protecting student data has become more important than ever before. To strengthen its cyber defenses, CBSE launched a major security audit involving cybersecurity experts from IIT Madras, IIT Kanpur, and a young ethical hacker named Nisarga Adhikari. Their mission was simple: think like attackers, find weaknesses before cyber criminals do. And naturally, the results attracted nationwide attention, because the team discovered several vulnerabilities inside key digital systems. Among them were authentication bypass risks, administrative access weaknesses, data exposure concerns, and security configuration gaps. If left unresolved, such weaknesses could potentially create risks for systems handling, student records, exam-related information, and administrative data. But what makes this story especially fascinating is the role of ethical hacking. Unlike cyber criminals, ethical hackers work with authorization. Their goal is not to steal information. Their goal is to identify vulnerabilities and help organizations fix them before they can be exploited. In many ways, they act as digital security testers. And in today's connected world, their role is becoming increasingly important. The cybersecurity exercise also used a powerful strategy known as the red team versus blue team model. The red team acts like attackers. Its job is to break into systems, find weaknesses, and simulate real-world threats. The blue team acts as defenders. Its responsibility is to identify, fix, and strengthen security protections. Together, the two teams help build stronger cyber resilience. And if you enjoy powerful technology explainers and future-focused current affairs like this, your one like, one share, and one subscribe genuinely motivates us to continue creating premium quality informative videos every single day. Another remarkable aspect of the project was the use of artificial intelligence. Cybersecurity experts reportedly used AI tools, including Claude, to assist in security analysis, vulnerability identification, and threat assessment. This highlights a major trend shaping the future of cybersecurity. Artificial intelligence is no longer only generating content. It is increasingly helping defend digital infrastructure. Experts believe AI-assisted security systems could become essential for protecting government databases, financial networks, healthcare systems, educational platforms, and critical national infrastructure. The larger lesson from the CBSE case is becoming increasingly clear.
Stock market surge on US-Iran peace hopes. Indian markets rallied sharply on Friday as hopes of a US-Iran peace deal boosted global sentiment. Sensex jumped 1,695 points to close at 75,527.95, while Nifty 50 rose 461 points to 23,622.90, reclaiming the 23,600 mark. Investor wealth rose by over rupees 10 lakh crore, with gains across sectors and mid and small cap indices up nearly 2%. Like in commerce, Chinese humanoids are in market. Job losses.
China's humanoid robots are making waves with groundbreaking advancements in models intended to perform household tasks, stock warehouses, and put on dazzling performances, as demonstrated at the recently concluded 2024 World Robot Conference in Beijing.
Like, Vijay Singh has stirred hornet's nest. Dispute in Tata Trusts has taken an ugly turn with Vijay Singh demanding enquiry by Charity Commissioner in Tata Trust affairs. The controversy over a 1989 transfer of Tata Sons shares has intensified, with Tata Trust's Vice Chairman Vijay Singh writing to the Maharashtra Charity Commissioner seeking an independent inquiry. Such an exercise would go a long way in restoring public confidence in the administration of the Tata Trusts and in maintaining their credibility and high standing, he told the Commissioner in his 10th June letter regarding the transfer of shares from the Nawajbai Ratan Tata Trust to late industrialist Naval Tata. Like, Jaspal Rana, 49, ace shooter, Olympian Manu Beaker's coach, passed away. Sad exit.
Jaspal Rana, one of India's most celebrated shooters and the coach of some of the country's biggest shooting stars, has passed away at the age of 49. Rana died in New Delhi after suffering cardiac complications, leaving the Indian sporting community in shock. For many Indians, Jaspal Rana was more than a former athlete. He was one of the pioneers who helped put Indian shooting on the global map. Rana won his first national level gold medal when he was just 12 years old. By 1994, he had already announced himself on the international stage by winning gold medals in the 25-meter pistol event at both the Commonwealth Games and the Asian Games. His Asian Games gold was particularly significant. It was India's first shooting gold at the event in 16 years. Over the course of his career, Rana became India's most successful Commonwealth Games shooter, winning 15 medals including 9 golds. One of his greatest performances came at the 2006 Asian Games, where he won 3 gold medals and a silver, while also equaling a world record. His achievements earned him some of India's highest honours, including the Arjuna Award in 1994, the Padma Shri in 1997, and later the Dronacharya Award in 2020. However, Rana's contribution to Indian shooting did not end when his competitive career ended. Over the last decade as a coach, he helped nurture a new generation of Indian shooters, including Saurabh Chaudhary, Anish Banwala, and Chinky Yadav. He is also credited with helping Manu Bakar turn into a champion shooter. Rana was part of the team that guided her to a historic performance at the Paris Olympics, where she became the first Indian athlete to win 2 gold medals at a single Olympic Games. As high-performance coach for Indian pistol shooters, Rana continued to shape the future of the sport until his final days. His sudden passing has triggered an outpouring of tributes from athletes, coaches, and sports administrators across the country. Prime Minister Narendra Modi described his death as a profound loss to Indian sports. While Indian shooting has lost one of its most influential figures, his impact will continue to be felt through the athletes he trained and the legacy he leaves behind.
Part 2 follows.